Also in the city of Tulare, they will soon have a new top cop. Police Chief Wes Hensley will be retiring after more than 3 decades in law enforcement. Tonight, the first of 2 community meetings held as the city searches for his replacement. Our Catherine Phillips sat down with Hensley to talk about his career and why having the community's support is critical.
The chief of police says the community's input when it comes to solving crimes and keeping people safe has been so important, which is why he thinks it's valuable to have their input here as well as they decide who should lead the department next.
In any organization, there comes a time when you need to get out of the way so that it can progress, right? And so I'm at that stage in my career.
After over 30 years in law enforcement, Tulare Police Chief Wes Hensley is retiring. And he's looking at the community for help in deciding what kind of leader should serve next.
We serve the community. We can't do our jobs without the community, so it makes sense that the community have some input on what characteristics they want in the next chief.
Wednesday evening was the first of 2 meetings where community members were encouraged to gather and ask questions and give input on the next chief. City Manager Mark Mondell has the final say when it comes to appointing the new chief, but he says because he's only had this role for 6 months, he didn't want to make that call alone. Hensley says there's many challenges the next chief needs to be prepared for, including issues facing the department, like recruitment and retention, as well as issues in the community.
There's a lot of law changes in California that have really made it very difficult for police administrators to provide public safety to the community. There are people that should be in jail that aren't. There are people being released early, and so that creates a problem for all of us. Also coming up with creative solutions, community-based solutions for homelessness.
Many community members expressed concerns over if the new chief would be coming from the Tulare Police Department or an outside agency, and had questions over what kind of officers were being considered. And while Hensley says he's not making the final decision, he has a few candidates in mind and says the department will be in good hands.
If you've got to be a chief of police, you want to do it in a town like Tulare.
The next meeting will be on Saturday at 10 a.m. at the Senior Center. Reporting in Tulare, Catherine Phillips, KC24, local news that matters.